I want you guys to know about a 6,000-year-old secret. 6,000 years, mankind has been trying to decipher this one little thing, and I might get shot about talking about this right now.
Terrence Howard is risking his career to explain the lies that we've been told about reality. And once you understand this, you will know how Hollywood's biggest celebrities and the world's most successful people are actually controlling their reality to manifest anything that they desire. And meanwhile, they're leaving the rest of us in the dark. There's millions of people struggling just to get by. But once you know how to control your reality, your life will never be the same. So in this video, I'm going to break down Terrence Howard's 5 biggest secrets to reality. Big idea number 1, reality is not what you think it is. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the late comedian Bill Hicks, but he has a hilarious comedic bit, and he's talking about why they never share the true nature of reality on the news instead of fear and drama. So Bill pretends he's a weatherman and he's reporting a breaking news story, how reality is just energy and the product of our own imagination. And now back to the weather. And it's pretty funny. It reminds me of Terrence Howard and how he used his Hollywood red carpet interview to decode how the universe works. So check it out.
All energy in the universe is expressed in motion.
But he doesn't stop there. Here he is explaining the basis of reality itself as not being physical, that reality is not what we've been told.
All energy in the universe is expressed in what? It's in motion. If something is still, there's no energy. Kinetic, right? All motion is expressed in what? You look at galaxies. Are they expressed in straight lines? Expressed in vortices. All vortices are expressed in what? Waves.
Now, believe it or not, but this is one of the biggest secrets in the world. That everything, including your own body, my hand, your house, the money you want to make, whatever goals you have, whatever desires that you're praying for, everything that you can see is just energy. So everything that you desire but do not have is an invisible wave of energy that is outside of the visible light that your 5 senses can perceive. You don't need to create what you don't have because it already exists. As Terrence Howard says, energy is never created or destroyed. And the 1% are using this to manifest their desires. And I'm going to show you how you can do it too. But here's the thing, it's like kind of hard to grasp, right? I'm first heard about this. I'm like, yeah, okay, so everything I want already exists as potential energy. Okay, how the heck do I create it then? This is silly. That's what happened to me. But then I created a success hypnosis MP3 for myself so I could start thinking from my desires as already being realities, my future dreams as present facts. I started that 10 years ago and it changed my life. And I have a free success hypnosis MP3 to start to reprogram your subconscious mind and train it from this higher awareness point where you really can start to master your reality. So you can click right here and check out my free success hypnosis, or it's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned in the comments and in the description right there down below. But anyways, here's the thing. While the world's most powerful people all know this, 99% of people still believe they live in a solid material world. And because 99% of us are taught that we live in a solid physical world, we don't see the unexpressed possibilities that we can manifest. So when we don't get what we want in life, we call it bad luck. And when we see the top 1% manifesting everything that they desire, we call it good luck. But this good luck versus bad luck distinction is the big lie that keeps us trapped in a cycle of limitation. And this brings us to big idea number 2. You are a divine creator. So let's listen to Terrence Howard explain it here.
Perfection cannot create imperfection. It cannot make any immortality, or eternal cannot create something that is non-eternal. Okay. And everything inside the universe is alive. And what people don't recognize is that the entire universe is the creator,
And we are part of that, so we are the creator within it. And when we do good, then God is good. But when we do bad, God works in a mysterious way. But once you recognize the divinity within you, then the universe behaves as if you have the authority. And that's why it's just so important to keep your word. And what Jesus was trying to tell everybody was that you are God.
Now, I love that. And there's a few very key points that I want to break down together with you. So first, he explains that spirit is in everything, that the creator is in all of us. It's not just in the big celebrities. It's not just in the 1%. It's not far out there in the sky. But as he says, what we're taught to do is when bad things happen and we don't get what we want, we chalk it up to bad luck. And God works in mysterious ways as some type of rationalization. Instead, he says that once you recognize the divinity within you, the universe behaves as if you have authority. So in other words, reality bends to the will of your mind. And once you override the social programming, the psychological brainwashing, and you stop viewing yourself from the negative beliefs that were programmed into you, you step into a new world where you are the creator. You're not cursed by bad luck. You're not limited by your pasts and your challenges. You're no longer even the person that you thought you were, your old self-image. You have God within you. And because all reality is just energy and motion, you can control and reshape your reality through the power of your own consciousness. And when you live from this heightened state of awareness, as Terrence Howard said, the universe obeys your instructions and it behaves as if you have the authority to control your future. And this brings us to big idea number 3. Stop viewing yourself as who you were programmed to be. According to Terrence Howard, this shift into your divine nature rests in one simple question. So let's hear it from him.
Like Jesus said, we were all made in God's image, right? So when you look in the mirror, do you see God? And when God looks in the mirror, does God see you?
So all of that being said, I invite you to ask yourself this question. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? Think about everything that you want in life. Think about the money that you wish to earn. Think about the dream house you want, the family you want to have, the health, the relationships, the freedom, the lifestyle. Think about all your goals. Think about all your dreams. And then ask yourself, do you see God when you look into the mirror? Do you see yourself from the image of just another person who's subjected to bad luck and forces outside of your control? And this brings us to big idea number 4, to manifest your reality from the actor's method. You probably heard about method acting, right? That's the term for the kind of acting like Jim Carrey and those guys, where they never break from character while they're filming a movie. They become it. And this is where the actor literally becomes the character even when the cameras are off, even when they're in the dressing room, they stay in the character. This is the exact tool you can use to start creating reality if you know how to do it. So here's Terrence Howard breaking down the method acting approach to manifestation.
Everything is based on chemical reactions. In order for me to become a character, I have to change my chemical composition of how I'm thinking, and as a result, that changes how I position myself, which changes how the heat is generated and transferred out and in and out of my body. Everything comes down to chemistry. If the truth is in the character, if the character is written well, you don't have to do anything. All you do is have to sit there and say the words. And somehow in the words, just little bells, like playing Candy Crush, little things just pop up out of nowhere, and you're just doing it, and you get lost in it. If you allow yourself, it's just a river, man. Get naked and ride in it and jump out when you get cold. But don't be afraid of the rapids. Don't be afraid of the rocks. You just, jump out of the airplane and say, to hell with it.
Now, I love that because he's using acting to explain how to shift your consciousness to become the person that you want to manifest as your reality. The top actors understand that everything in your body is based on chemical reactions. That allows them to be that great actor that emotionally connects you to a bunch of light photons on a box in your living room. And the same concept applies for manifesting your new reality. But this isn't just about acting on the big screen at all. It's also very scientific. It's been proven by neuroscience experts at Harvard University. And in one study, Harvard Medical School was testing if your brain will respond to imagination only. So they used playing the piano as an example for their study. And these Harvard neuroscientists wanted to know, how powerful are your thoughts? If you're only imagining playing the piano, can you activate the same regions of your brain as someone who's literally playing the piano, but just with thought alone? So in one group, they taught people to play a piano sequence. They instructed them to practice this every day on the piano. And then in the other group, they could only imagine playing. They could only use the power of their thoughts, but they could not actually play. And it turns out that the group that imagined playing the piano mimicked the brain activity of the group that actually played. They activated the same regions of their brain with their imagination only. And you can see right here on these Harvard brain scans, if you look very close, the first group actually played the piano. The second row only imagined it. And if you look closely, they have pretty much identical brain activity. And this proves the power of method acting to shift your reality. And that's why I still use my success hypnosis after 10 years, because it's the easiest way to shift your brain into a new reality. So I would listen every day and I would practice feeling as if I already was a millionaire author. I already had a viral YouTube channel, even though I didn't. And that Harvard University study proved this is the missing key to reality. So you can download my free Success Hypnosis MP3 if you click right here, or you can go to jakeshypnosis.com, where you can click the link in the description, or it's pinned as the top comment right there down below. It's free, but don't get it yet, because this last step is where the magic really happens. And this leads us to big idea number 5. Live in your desires before they become real. And since we all agree reality is just energy and motion, then if you can enter your desires before they become a reality, the universe responds to your instructions and manifests them as your new life. So by passionately believing in what does not yet exist, you create it. So the key is to be in the state of your future dreams as a present fact. So here's Terrence Howard explaining how he broke into Hollywood by stating his future dreams as a present fact.
Back in 1986, when I started working in this business, there was no thing called the internet. So when I put my first resume together, since I was trying to go and get jobs, I'd go knock at doors and go and do castings. And nobody would take me seriously because I didn't have an agent and I didn't have a resume. So I put together a 3-page resume of all the projects that I wanted to do. And I put my name on them, starring in all these things. And that was my first resume. And it got me into the door. And as time went on, over the last 35 years, I filled up that thing. So it's no more lies on my resume. It's all truth. But it wasn't lies then. It was what I was going to make happen.
Okay, so I think that's absolutely hilarious. He's like, it wasn't lies then. I was just stating the future as a fact before it happened. That's the same thing Jim Carrey did on Oprah. He was talking about how he was living out of a car. He's struggling to become an actor. He started pretending that he already was a successful actor. He wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered when he was a broke guy. He carried it in his wallet. And then every day he used method acting to change his biochemistry by imagining he already was this huge actor. He replayed those scenes in his head just the same way that the Harvard neuroscience study did as well. He saw himself shaking hands with huge directors, signing contracts. Well, it turns out his first big breakthrough in his career, he was offered exactly $10 million to star in the movie Dumb and Dumber, just like the check that he wrote. So what happened? Was it just good luck? I invite you to consider that there's no such thing as good luck when you are a divine being living in a world of pure potential energy. So what happened? He used method acting to shift his thoughts and his chemistry. He trained his brain, his thoughts, his nervous system to live in the future, and then it became real. And using these 5 steps from Terrence Howard, you can turn your future dreams into present facts. See it in your mind, feel it in your biochemistry. Your brain cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's an imagined reality. And then boom, your reality shifts the way you see it in your mind. And you unlock the godly powers within you. So I invite you to get my free Success Hypnosis MP3 right now. About 1 million people from all over the world that use it every day. I get these awesome stories of people starting to attract amazing things in their life because you're reprogramming the subconscious. So you can click right here or go to jakeshypnosis.com. It's also pinned in the description and is the top comment right there down below. So just remember, this is the same way as training your muscles. You're reprogramming the way you perceive reality. And when you drop the illusion, you see all these new possibilities. So if you like this video, I also have one on Joe Rogan's hidden techniques to create reality. You can click right here to watch that Joe Rogan video. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy this video, get my free Success Hypnosis, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.